So I'm doing my own dog's paw pad, and what I'm doing is I'm just folding. I have my hand like this. So all I'm doing is just folding his little paw in so that I can trim his paw pad. And that works easy for me, for DJ. Another way to do this would be to lift his paw all the way up. You just have to make sure that your dog doesn't turn and try to like lick the clipper or something like that. Going upwards is also effective, as long as you could really see, because you don't want to leave nothing that should be taken. So let me flip it over again. Just make sure. Now this is what you don't see me doing. I'm gonna keep the clipper off for this. What you do not see me doing is digging in. So you don't see me like this, clank, clank. What you saw me doing was at the very top. I'm only at the top. And if I do go in, it's at an angle. It's not me pushing the clipper into the paw pad, because that skin is, imagine you doing that for yourself, right? So you're clipping, you're going around. You're just like this, you're around the perimeter. You ain't like this going inside of this area. But you can still trim it if you go around. You can still trim the webs. You don't need to go inside. If you do go inside, it's a scooping motion. It's not ever stuck and just there, okay? Because we don't want no accidents to happen. We want to be safe. We want to treat our dogs with respect, and they're trusting us. So again, I keep my blade flat. If I do go in, it's just a little bit of an in and out. I'm not staying there. Very good, very good. This toe is looking good. And how I'm holding this foot is I got these 4 in the back here, and I'm stabilizing with my thumb. And then I'm gonna do it again. 4 in the back, stabilizing with my thumb. Making sure my clipper is flat. And going into those areas, okay? On the side here. And there again. Good, nice and clean paw pads. Perfect, DJ, good boy, that's my lovey. One hand up here, and then another hand at the bottom, just holding the feet together, okay? Now, why is the back of the chest important is because once you have a dog to your chest, you have more strength in your core to keep him tight, right? And then he can't really bounce around or wiggle. So him being aligned to the chest is important. It's okay, BG. Now my dog is a wiggle worm, that's for sure. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I want to make it very clear that trimming nails, always push the hair back so you can see what's going on. But trimming nails is about matching it to the paw pad. So if we're gonna match this one to the paw pad, it will be right there, okay? And then that's done. So it's always best to take a little bit at a time than it is to try to take a lot. Stop. It's okay, DJ. Okay, good. It's okay, DJ. And going fast is important too. 2. Good. And 1. See, I'm matching it right to the paw pad. And then I'm clipping. And you can get a little bit at the top. Good job, DJ. Now when it comes to dew claws, sometimes dew claws are a little tricky because they hide with the hair. So always go a little bit less there, okay? Don't be afraid to blow that hair. And it's the same thing. You match your dew claw to the paw pad. Now, what do I mean when I say that? So what I'm talking about is, DJ, relax. If you come to the side here, all the way to the side, you can see that the nail is going over the paw pad about that much. So this is where his paw pad is, and the nail is going about that far past the paw pad. So if you were to put something flat there, you could see how far it actually is. So we're gonna go here and here, and a little bit at the top. here, here. And how I hold my dog nail, I like to have my three fingers down here on the leg, and then one finger at the top. And I use my thumb, and every time I go to a different nail, I separate by holding these two together. And that stops the vibration when it goes up the dog's leg as well. It keeps them a little bit more calmer. Easy, DJ, easy. And this one is a little over the paw pad. So I'm gonna trim, trim, trim. Probably stop about right there. Good job, DJ. Here goes that dew claw. And match it right to the paw pad. Good boy, DJ. See, DJ be tripping like as if I be hurting him, because I never did that before. And it's important to keep in mind the bottoms are always gonna be shorter. So again, I'm matching it to the paw pad. So pay attention to this, right? Here's the paw pad. It's nice and flat, and I'm just going directly up from where the paw pad is. As long as you do that, you're safe. But what you don't want to do is match to the paw pad and then have this right here. Hell no. You want to keep your nail clippers as straight as the paw pad itself, so that you don't take off more that would make the dog bleed. So match it to the paw pad. There ain't nothing really here on this one. So I know that his nail is pretty short there. And the reason why the back nails are always shorter, again, this is a perfect example. So matching it to the paw pad and cut a little bit more, and that's enough. Match it to the paw pad and cut. Why are the back nails always shorter? Back nails are always shorter because that's where dogs jump off of. So they're constantly pretty much self-filing those nails at home just by using these back feet where they propel. Hey, calm down, DJ. It's okay. This one's a little long still. And also, you can also tell, I'll use a bigger dog for this example, but you can see where the quick is. It goes from being white to like pretty black in there, you know? There we go. Good boy, DJ. And now his nails are done. Good. Now we're gonna do the same. Good to go. Good. So here I go again. I'm doing Luna. Luna's a little shaky because she's a little bit on the older side. So I'm just gonna position her upwards. There we go. So what I want you guys to notice is the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down. After I go down, and I'm not going way up here, I'm just about a centimeter above where the paw pad starts. So after I go down, then I go up, and then you'll start seeing me do cleanup details. So it's down, up, and then cleanup details. So here we go. I'm going down. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go up. Up. And now I'm doing my cleanup details. Perfect. Good and even all the way around. And I got a little bit before that little nub, so that's perfect, like right there. Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you. For Danny, the way we're gonna hold Danny is, we're gonna have Danny's body's a little bit stretched out, but will still be locked in. The elbow is locked in. You wanna make sure that you have their joint outside, because if it's inside, then they have a chance to yank that arm away. Now, with Danny's nails, hi Danny, sorry. Same thing, match it right to the paw pad. They're already pretty much there. So I know I don't have a lot to trim. She must walk her dog a lot. Now, if you notice Danny started tripping, what's the first thing I did? I started rubbing her under her chin to keep her calm. And what I like to do is go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Woo, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yay. 1, 2, 3. Woo, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Now, why do I count? To me, it's like a psychological thing. And if I count, then I know that my dog won't trip. So sometimes if you think you got one, you just watch the nail. You watch the nail because you want to make sure that if it does bleed, that you have what you need and you don't let it keep bleeding. So I'm gonna trim a little bit. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ow. And then match it to the paw pad. 1, 2. Oh, Danny. Okay, so now Markel might want to just regrip Good girl. There we go. She started to slide out. 1, 2, 3. This is already really short. You see that little pink in there? That means that the nail is at the top where it needs to be. That's already right there where the quick is. So cannot get it much more than what it already was. And then that dew claw, that can be tricky sometimes. We're gonna trim that just a little bit. The other one I think I went a little too short on. So I don't want to do the same thing on this one. And let's see about the back ones, right? Because we talked about last time, back ones being short. Look at that, pink nerve, pink nerve, pink nerve, pink nerve. That means that we don't need to trim her back nails. And we always check the other nail too, just to be sure. But yeah, all pink nerves inside of here. Pink, 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 pink. If I was to trim it, I could do the top, literally just the top, just so that the parents can feel it and say, okay, that was trimmed. But the way that I do the top, I'm like really, really skimming it. I'm not taking off about nothing. So one thing I want to talk about right quick is the quick, and as far as if you were to cut a dog's nail. So stand right here. I'm just gonna grab some quick really quick. So if I had made a mistake and I had cut Danny's nail, one thing that I want to do is, first of all, I want to make sure I don't get this quick on her fur, because it doesn't look good and it's hard to get off. But what you do want to do is, if you quick a dog, you apologize to the dog first. That's important. You apologize to the dog, you pinch an amount that you need into your hand. So I have about this much. So you pinch that amount that you need, and you would place it, make sure no hair is in the way, and you will place it right onto the nail, and you will press. Press. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it off, blow, and it would be, if it was blood there, it would coagulate, and this would just be a little bit thicker. You can still see that there's yellow here, but it would be a lot thicker, okay? If she was bleeding and it was a lot of it because you didn't get to the quick in time, you take you some peroxide. Let me get some peroxide really quick. What you would have to do is you would have to take peroxide, and you gotta go up fast. If it's a lot, then you would use a lot just right onto the fur. If it's a little bit, you take a little bit of it, and you would get all peroxide completely removes blood. So you would take your peroxide, get it all over there, okay? Try to keep pressure on the nail if you need it to do that as well, but get it all over there so that you can wipe any blood that will be there, and have your quick ready so that you would just bam, same thing, pinch what you need, press, count to 10, and apply. And that's how it would look if the dog did have some blood there. And then you would blow, and it would be a nice little chunk there. And you always go back and check that nail. Always go back and check whatever nail it was that you bled, because you don't want to send a dog home and there's a little track of blood when they pick the dog up. So we want to make sure that that nail has been healed before we send him home. And good job, Danny. You were such a good model. Perfect. Okay, thank you so much. So a dog's nail and a human's nail are very different. The difference is, imagine that this nail here was coated all the way around my thumb, right? This would be the quick, okay? So with dogs, can you get her to stop a little bit? So imagine that my nail was completely covered around, and this inside was actually the quick. So when we talk about going with where the nail pad is and meeting it at the nail pad, we're talking about cutting the excess, okay? And the reason why we said we don't want to go backwards and meet it at the nail pad is because then you could see I'll be cutting too much. You cut it right here, and you go up, and then from there you can go back a little bit. But you don't start your nail off this way. So when you match it to the paw pad, it should look about like that. And that's what we want. We want to match it to the paw pad in an upwards way, not backwards. You go backwards, you're gonna make a mistake. So you go this way, then you can trim a little bit more and a little bit more at a time. From here, bam, 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 you know? And even when you do that, you would change the angle, because you don't need to be down here no more. You're only clipping at the top of the nail. So that's how that works.